When the blade fell, the crowd cheered. But when the cheers faded, something far more dangerous filled the streets of Paris. Silence. And that silence would haunt France for generations. Welcome to our fourth episode of The Fall Before the Blade, Marie Antoinette and the Machinery of Revolutionary Vengeance. Let's begin our new episode. The execution of Marie Antoinette was supposed to be a conclusion. The revolution promised closure, justice, and the cleansing of a corrupt past. The queen was dead. The monarchy was broken. The people had won. Yet by nightfall on October 16, 1793, Paris felt strangely unsettled. The square emptied quickly. Vendors packed their goods. Soldiers dispersed. There were no celebrations, no drunken dances, no triumphant songs echoing through the streets. Instead, windows closed early, candles burned low, conversations became whispers. Something had gone wrong. For the first time since the revolution began, many Parisians sensed that a line had been crossed, not politically, but morally. Marie Antoinette's body, stripped of ceremony, was dumped into an unmarked grave at the Madeleine Cemetery. Lime was poured over her remains to ensure decomposition. No prayers were said, no marker was placed. The Republic wanted her erased. But history does not erase so easily. News of her execution spread across Europe within days. Courts that once mocked her extravagance now reacted with shock. Even monarchs who had feared her influence were disturbed by the brutality of her end. In Vienna, her brother, Holy Roman Emperor Francis II, received the news in silence. He ordered mourning without public outrage, knowing outrage could ignite war. In London, newspapers described her death with a mixture of horror and disbelief. Political enemies of monarchy still recoiled at the image of a woman, emaciated, gray-haired, publicly humiliated, executed after a trial so openly unjust. The French Revolution, once admired by many abroad, began to lose its moral authority. Inside France, the consequences were immediate. Executions accelerated. The death of Marie Antoinette did not satisfy the revolutionary hunger, it inflamed it. If a queen could die, anyone could. Nobles, priests, former allies, even revolutionaries themselves. The guillotine no longer symbolized justice, it became a machine of fear. Within months, thousands followed her to the scaffold. And slowly, quietly, people began to ask a question they were afraid to say aloud. If she was guilty, why did her death feel so wrong? Her children's fate deepened the tragedy. Marie-Thérèse, her daughter, remained imprisoned for years, isolated and traumatized. She survived, but her childhood ended the day her mother was taken away. She later wrote of listening for footsteps that never returned. Her son, Louis Charles, the Dauphin, was dead within 2 years, destroyed by neglect, abuse, and disease. He died alone, malnourished, barely able to speak. The revolution never acknowledged its role in his suffering. France had not just killed a queen, it had destroyed a family. As time passed, the narrative surrounding Marie Antoinette began to change. Revolutionary propaganda had painted her as a monster, greedy, immoral, treasonous. But when documents emerged, when letters were uncovered, when witnesses spoke freely after the terror ended, a more complex truth surfaced. She was not innocent of extravagance. She was not politically brilliant. She made mistakes, serious ones. But she was also not the demon she had been made into. She donated quietly to the poor. She protected servants. She adored her children. She endured imprisonment with dignity few expected. Most shockingly, the incest accusation, the most damaging charge used against her, was later exposed as a fabrication extracted from a terrified child under pressure. Even hardened revolutionaries later admitted it had been a step too far. The revolution needed her to be monstrous, because killing a monster is easy. Killing a mother is not. Years later, when the Bourbon monarchy was briefly restored, efforts were made to recover her remains. In 1815, her body and that of Louis XVI were exhumed and reburied with ceremony. For the first time since her execution, prayers were spoken in her name. But the damage was irreversible. Marie Antoinette had become something more powerful in death than she ever was in life. She became a symbol. To some, she symbolized aristocratic blindness. To others, revolutionary cruelty. To many, she became a warning, a reminder of what happens when rage replaces justice, when fear replaces law, when propaganda replaces truth. Historians still debate her legacy. Was she a victim of history, or an emblem of a broken system? Perhaps she was both. But one truth remains impossible to deny. What happened to Marie Antoinette before the guillotine was not justice. It was psychological destruction. She was isolated. Her motherhood was weaponized. Her dignity was stripped piece by piece. Her identity was erased before her life was taken. The blade ended her suffering, but the suffering came long before the blade. And that is what history often forgets. France believed the guillotine would silence a queen. Instead, it created a question that still echoes today. When a society decides someone must become a symbol, how far will it go to destroy them? Dear viewers, thank you all for watching our 4th episode. The 5th episode will be uploaded very soon. Please stay tuned, like, comment, share, and hit the subscribe button to encourage us.